Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about why the housing market is not like it was 15 years ago. Um, there's no doubt at all that the market is and has been very crazy through 2022. And there's been a dramatic shift in real estate. I mean, the market has slowed down dramatically at the end of last year and into the very beginning of this year. So it's really caused people to make comparisons to 2008. And my contention is that that's not really a legitimate comparison, to be honest. There's a few similarities in the markets, but not really. It's completely different than the last housing cycle. So if you take a look at this graphic that I'll put up on my screen here, you can see that it really is nothing like it was 15 years ago. Um, we're not seeing job cuts. In fact, we've seen job gains. There was 8 million job cuts in 2008. Total jobs, we're up 20 million jobs than from 15 years ago. So 138 versus 158 million jobs. That's significant. Um, there was a terrible subprime loan scandal. Really, it was very prevalent, and it got a lot of people in trouble. I mean, if you were breathing and walking, you were able to get a loan. So that's all changed now. So there's really not subprime loans at all going on. Um, it's also made the job of a lender more difficult. So when you're borrowing money for a mortgage, the lender's going to come back to you frequently and ask you a lot of questions and going to ask you for documentation, and they're going to ask you for more documentation because after 2008, the federal government really buckled down and tried to stop and have stopped this predatory lending. So that's way different than it was in 2008. New construction, 5 years prior to 2008, 15 years ago, there were 7.6 million homes built. New construction really hasn't caught up. And in the last 5 years, we've only seen about 4.6 million homes built in the United States. So what does that mean? It means there's fewer homes available to folks. So it's just not the same. There's still demand for housing. Inventory, it's down dramatically now from 15 years ago. The market was flooded 15 years ago, and now we're down to a million or so homes on the market. Also, there was, because of predatory lending largely and other changes, there was a lot of delinquent mortgages, 10% or so, and now we're seeing maybe 4% delinquency rate. And then foreclosures, 4.5% foreclosures, and we are now down to like 0.6% foreclosure rate. So as you can see by this graphic, there's been a dramatic change. It's not the same as it was in 2008, and don't let anybody convince you otherwise. So if you look at the facts, it's pretty clear that the housing market is very different from 15 years ago. So what does this really mean? I think it creates an opportunity for buyers. Inventory is rising. There's less competition now than there was the last 2 years for homes. So that's actually an opportunity for buyers to get out there and consider buying a home. Despite interest rates, which really aren't that high, it's still a smart move to get out there and have a look around if you're a buyer, because it's significantly different than it's been for the last 2 years with the crazy bidding wars and lack of homes on the market. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a lack of some homes, but the buyers aren't out because they've slowed down due to higher interest rates. Although I do think we're going to see some changes in that, but time will tell. David Stevens, Assistant Secretary of Housing, said that, and I'm going to read this to you. It said, be advised that there may be only one window for the next few years to get into the buyer's market. As Federal Reserve data shows, home prices only go up, and they always recover from recessions, no matter how mild or severe the recession was. So long-term homeowners should view this market right now as a unique buying opportunity. I agree with that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. If you like this, please give me a like, and I'll look forward to talking to you again real soon. Take care.